What's going on, guys? Boxing News IG here. And what a disappointing, controversial decision we had tonight between Canelo and Golovkin. I scored this fight 117 to 111 for Golovkin. No matter how much Golovkin dominated the fight, I knew they were going to try to give it to Canelo, the cash cow. It's a Golden Boy show with a Golden Boy fighter, with a Golden Boy cash cow, with boxing's cash cow, who is Saul Canelo Alvarez. One of those judges had it 118 to 110. Are you fucking shitting me, bro? Come on now. And the closest they had it was 115 to 113 for Golovkin. Come on now. These judges must be blind. Shit. It's very sad to see that there's still corruption in the sport of boxing. It's disgusting. It disgusts me, bro. Where do we go from here? Do they want a rematch? Are they trying to capitalize on this fight? One fight wasn't enough. They want to make more money on this fight. In my opinion, they shouldn't even have a rematch. We clearly saw that Golovkin won the fight. The closest you could give it is probably a draw. Okay, I could see a draw going. Okay, I could see a draw. I could see Canelo having the 3 first and the 3 last ones. Okay, I could see that going. I could see this fight being a draw. But 118 to 110. Come on now, bro. Come on now. They tried to protect Canelo too much. I knew that they would give the close rounds to Canelo. But either way, now let's just break down the fight. Canelo had his speed and reflex advantage, but that quickly faded after 4 rounds. Golovkin was able to control most of the fight with his jab and by cutting the ring, pressing the distance against Canelo, putting Canelo's back against the ropes. Canelo was making Golovkin miss and making him pay, but that would change after 4 rounds. He faded and he wasn't as sharp or as fast as round 2, 3, or 4. In round 1 he was bouncing a lot. In round 2 he was picking his shots. Round 3 and 4 was doing the same thing. From round 5, 6 and on, he started to get tired. When he started to get tired, we saw that the reflexes weren't as sharp and the speed wasn't there either. In this fight, Canelo was making Golovkin miss a lot. But Canelo's stamina issues is what really favored Golovkin in this fight. So what's next for these two? Personally, I don't want to see a rematch. I want to see Golovkin fight Billy Joe Saunders and get a WBO belt. What his son did to Willie Monroe Jr. was just disgusting at the weigh-ins. And I hope that Golovkin gets all the belts in that division and unifies the division. Anyways, let me cool down a bit and let me break down the fight. So, I had the first round going to Golovkin. Second, third, and fourth round, I gave it to Canelo. But, like I said in my prediction video, that extra muscle mass worked against Canelo. Because after round 4, he had no more juice. He was just sitting on the ropes, making Golovkin miss. Sometimes he would explode like for like 15 to 25 seconds in a round, but that would be it. Golovkin would work Canelo the whole round, and he would do that from round 1 to round 12. He just out. Okay, listen, guys, listen. So Golovkin just outworked Canelo. Okay, Golovkin, he did the same mistake as he did against Daniel Jacobs, and which was head hunting. He did not go for the body. If Canelo was able to work Golovkin to the body as he was doing in round 1, 2, 3, and 4 when he was fresh, you know, making Golovkin miss and making him pay, making Golovkin miss and making Golovkin pay, hitting Golovkin to the liver, it would have been an easy fight for Canelo. But the thing is, that dude has stamina issues. He has stamina issues. We see it in this fight. He was just laying across the ropes, trying to pick his shots, trying to work in flurries, but it wasn't working because it was gassing out. When Golovkin was getting tired, we saw the way he was breathing. But it seemed that when Canelo was getting tired, Golovkin was getting more energy from that. It was as if Golovkin was feeding off Canelo's energy drain, if you want. You know, both fighters were getting tired, but as Canelo was getting tired, Golovkin was getting more active, you know, and he was capitalizing on that, and he was outworking Canelo. We clearly saw in the middle to late rounds that Canelo was getting tired. His reflexes weren't as sharp, and his speed diminished a lot. In the first round, we clearly saw who the faster fighter was, and it was Canelo. He surprised me a lot. I can't lie, guys. I can't lie. Golovkin looked old in this fight. He looked very he looked a little bit sloppy. He looked a little bit old. He was a little bit slow. But one thing he had on point was his jab. He had a beautiful jab going on. But he didn't work the body enough. That's the thing that's something that Golovkin neglects to do a lot, is that body work. If he was able to work that body against Canelo, he would have been able to stop Canelo. But what was he doing? He was simply headhunting. And that hindered him a lot in this fight. If you worked Canelo's body, he could have stopped Canelo and got the victory that he deserved. But no. They decided to rob him. This is a robbery. Canelo claims that he won, 7 rounds or something like that? He's a comedian. I clearly think that Golovkin won the fight. And I'm pretty sure that most people think that Golovkin won the fight. So, Canelo won round 2, 3, 4, in my opinion. And Golovkin won round 1. Like I said, Saul Canelo Alvarez is a slow starter, but he gets tired quickly. We saw that his bodybuilding regiment or strength training and bulking up worked against him, because he already has stamina issues. So I didn't understand why he wanted to get even bigger to make all that blood pump in his muscles. You know, being a bigger fighter means more blood has to pump in your muscles, which means more oxygen has to get in your muscles. And if you already have stamina issues, I don't understand why you want to get bigger. You know, that will just hinder him. If he was able to stop Golovkin in the first 4 rounds and outwork Golovkin, and if he was able to land the cleaner punches in the first 4 rounds and knock out Golovkin, that was his ticket to victory. But as the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and so on rounds came on, he was just winded. Canelo was just winded, and Golovkin capitalized on that, and he won the later rounds. He won the middle rounds. In my opinion, the later rounds were pretty close. I think that Canelo was probably trying to lay on the ropes for the middle rounds and to catch his breath for the last round. I personally thought that in the 11th or 12th round, I think it was in the 11th or 12th round, that Canelo would have been able to stop Golovkin. But he was too tired. Dude was too tired. He was way too big. The point is, I don't want to see a rematch for this fight, honestly. I would like to see Golovkin beat Billy Joe Saunders' ass and get the WBO belt. And then maybe talk about a rematch later on in the future. But with no corrupt judges, though. This has been Boxing News IG, and I'm signing out.